Today we find out how many miles this bike will go on a single charge. This is the Biktrix Juggernaut Hub Duo bike, and it's got the largest battery capacity that I've ever tested. There are 2 battery packs on this bike for a total of 31.5 amp hours of battery capacity. That's a lot. Most I've ever tested, but that does not mean it's gonna go the farthest out of any bike I've ever tested. We are about to find out. So let's jump on this thing and get rolling. All right, I'll show you real quick what we're working with battery wise. All the Juggernaut bikes come equipped with a 17.5 amp hour battery pack integrated into the frame, and then they offer a range extender option, which is what this is. They give you another battery pack you can mount right here on the frame, and there's a wire that comes out. All the Juggernauts have a port right here. You just plug that in, boom, you're done. You got extra capacity, tons of range on this bike, I believe. Let's find out. Here's some basics. I weigh about 180. Tire pressures are around 25. I think I'll put them at 25. It's pretty warm today. It's close to probably like 70, 75 degrees. I'm gonna ride mostly flat ground. I don't have a lot of hills around me. So flat terrain, mostly like street riding. I'm not really gonna go off-road a whole lot with the bike. And I'm gonna keep it in pedal assist 5 and use heavy throttle. I kind of feel like that's the way to do a range test. I want to show you the bottom number, right? I want you to know what's the minimum the bike is going to go. It can only go up the more you pedal, right? I want to show you what's the worst range that you can get. Probably not what Biktrix wants me to show you. They want me to show you this going 100 miles. I want to know what the bottom number is though. If you don't pedal hardly at all, and you use max pedal assist, you use heavy throttle, and you just try to burn through this battery packs as quick as you can, like how far are you really gonna go? Let's find out. I'm gonna give you that number today. What's the worst range you can get? I still think it's gonna be pretty decent. It's gonna beat most bikes out there, I think, even just going all out on this bike. So let's see how quick we can run it down. This is such a strong bike, very powerful bike. It's a 750 motor, but the controller is like a 30 amp peak. So this thing moves, man, and it's got some great hill climb power as well. Top speed's only about 25, 26 miles an hour, and I'm probably just gonna try to hold that continuous for as long as I can. And I'll check in periodically, let you know how we go. We're 1.2 miles in now, and I'll check back in once something happens. We lose the battery bar or any other events happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the shortest range test I've ever done in my entire life. We went exactly 2.3 miles. We made it 2.3 miles. and then this happened. Can you see this in here? There's a giant piece of orange glass stuck in the tire and it's leaking air. We got a flat in the first 2 miles. Oh man. And I'm like 2 miles from home. So I guess I'm gonna walk this thing home. Yeah, I can't ride it. I mean, oh, there it just went. It popped real good. Oh man, we're walking home. All right, we got to go fix a flat. Oh, there went it. Look at that. These are 27.5 by 3.0 tires. I don't have a tube. I can't even fix this. I don't even have a tube repair kit. So okay, well, oh, and it doesn't even roll. Oh no. Oh no. I may be leaving this here. Oh, this is poor planning on my part. I didn't even bring like a bike lock with me. I didn't anticipate this. Shoot. All right, well, I can't even. It won't even roll. It's just falling right off the rim. Look at that. Shoot, man. Okay, well, guess I'm leaving this here in this neighborhood. Look, no one will steal it here, right? Nobody gonna take this bike. I gotta leave it here, so I'm gonna have to go get the truck to bring it back. Well, because I can't really roll it. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I can't. It won't roll at all. 2 miles. Oh man, I set aside a couple hours to do this, and now that's totally shot. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, bike. Well, I guess you stay here, and I'm gonna get to walk in the 2.3 miles home, and I'll be back. I'll be back for you. I swear. Don't go anywhere. All right, so note to self, start traveling with a tire repair kit. All right, just a nice easy jog to start off our range test. Just start off with a quick 2.5 mile jog. No worries. Citizen I was a runner back in the day. Y'all didn't know that. I ran Division I track and field and cross country for 4 years in college. So this 2 miles, no sweat, even though I haven't run in years. I haven't run a race in years, but I used to be able to run, let's see, 2 miles, I could probably do this about 9 minutes back in the day. I ran steeplechase. 3K over hurdles, I ran 9:02. Also, Patriot League champion cross country. Yeah, facts. But we'll get home, get a, well, I don't even have a tube, so I don't know. Gotta find some way to repair this tire, but we'll get this range test done for you. No worries. And this is, I'm staying over here in the grass because it's not as comfy. I'm wearing barefoot shoes. So I have absolutely no padding and no support for this jog home. So we're gonna hang out in the grass over here. All right, we're back with the truck. And I feel like the universe is telling me to do something else today because now it's raining a little bit. So we're gonna get this bike and go home and regroup. We'll hopefully it's still here. It's still here. Okay, sweet. Nothing like leaving your $3,000 electric bicycle on the side of the road for someone to take. That guy just looked at it. Yeah, with his van. That guy was coming back to get it, I think. There she is. Oh gosh, all right, I'm gonna pull over right here. We're back for you, Biktrix. See, I knew no one would take you, but yeah, remember that, I guess. Always carry a lock with you and maybe a tire repair kit, because I just left over $3 grand here on the side of the road for someone to walk off with, but all right, well, this tire's just like completely falling off, but here's the, here's what did it. This sharp piece of glass or broken turn signal, looks like plastic maybe, just gouged right in there, left a nice hole. All right, we got it loaded. Not only did no one steal it, but actually 2 of the neighbors came out to try to help me, so nice area. All right, not exactly how I was expecting this range test to go, but hey, things happen. We'll get her all fixed up and back on the road. I just ordered a brand new tube, so we're gonna put a brand new tube in there, and then also I got tire liners. I went with the Mr. Tuffy liners. I know you're probably saying, Citizen, you love the Tannis. Why don't you get Tannis to put in here? I can't put Tannis foam in every bike because that stuff's expensive. It's like 120 bucks for a set. And then the Mr. Tuffys, these are like 50 bucks for a set. So I don't know which one works better. The Tannis seems to ride a little better, but I don't know if one's better than the other. We're going with Mr. Tuffy this time. So let's get this thing changed and back on the road. All right, so we got those axle nuts off. Don't forget you gotta cut all the zip ties here so you can unplug your motor and release that motor cable from the frame before you start trying to take the wheel out. And then there's one other little tip or trick I wanna show you. If I try to pull up on this wheel right now and pull it out of the dropouts, it doesn't wanna come out. It's like stuck in there. And the reason for that is this axle is just ever so slightly kind of turned in the dropout. So what I found is if you take a wrench, like a 10mm wrench, and just put a little bit of pressure to turn it back the right way, you can get it straightened out. Oh, there it was. Did you see it slip into place? Slipped into place. It's kind of cockeyed in this. They've got a really beefy extra piece there to hold this in place, and it still was letting the axle turn a little bit because this thing has a ton of power. But now that I've got it lined up perfectly straight, it should pull right out of there. Good to go. All right, we're back up and running. We're at 5.4 miles in. No flat tires yet. Hopefully no more of those on this range test. and we're gonna try to knock this out today. I got a few hours here where I can burn through this battery as quick as I can. Well, both batteries actually, because we got 2 batteries on this bike. And I made one other change I didn't tell you in the first part of the video. I put a twist throttle on this bike. I can't stand trying to do a range test with a thumb throttle. I mean, that's just not a natural movement of your thumb. I'm not a thumb throttle person at all. So I switched it out to a twist throttle real quick so we got that comfort. I forgot to put a mirror on though. I don't have any mirrors, and I at least this time have a bike lock with me in case this thing gets stranded again. I can lock it to something and not have to worry about it. So let's knock out some miles here and I'll check back in shortly. All right, we've been burning through some miles and also through some battery bars. Let's see, we've gone down 2 or 3 battery bars and we're at 13.8 miles. So almost 14 miles in. It's showing 54 volts. And I've just been pretty much laying on the throttle at 25 miles an hour for just miles and miles at a time because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. Going even further out on this range test. See what's going on out here. There's nothing out here, just kind of farms and fields, housing developments being built. This bike's still got some really good power. It really hasn't lost a lot of power yet, so we still got good punchy power. And yeah, I mean, it's comfy. I could ride this all day long. It's really comfortable, nimble. I mean, I don't know, I like this bike a lot actually. The more I ride it, the more it just kind of, it's one of those bikes that just kind of works, you know? It's just set up well. So I guess there's my sales pitch, but I'm not a salesman. I don't get anything if you buy one. Buy one, don't buy one, doesn't matter to me. But nice bike so far. Let's burn through some more battery. Let's go. All right, we stopped for another quick little break here just to give you an update. I think I might be about halfway through on this bike. We are at 21.3 miles. 21.3 miles. It's showing half of the battery left. Yeah, nothing like going out for a nice throttle only 21 mile ride and having half your battery left, right? It's got to be at least halfway done. I've spent a lot of time out in the country here. I'm gonna go in town. I'm gonna go right around town and see if maybe, you know, stop and go traffic will burn through some battery quick. You know, the constant accelerations, maybe that'll help. Burning through it as fast as I can. This is a lot of battery to get through. 31.5 amp hours of battery pack on this bike. That's a lot. Well, let's head into town. Maybe I'll grab a coffee too. It's still before 9 a.m. here. I need my coffee. So let's go get one of those. Ah, yes, refreshing coffee. Iced coffee. That's what Citizen drinks. Double espresso, splash of cream over ice. That is the breakfast of champions right there. And I made it back to my neck of the woods. So we're gonna go do the hill climb and see what this bike is like on a hill climb after, what do I got? 27.5 miles. Most bikes would be done right now. This thing doesn't feel like it's lost a step at all. It's still really powerful. So we're gonna go try to do a hill climb real quick. Let me put my coffee back. But anyway, let's go do hill climb. Look at the power still. I mean, it just gets up and moves like crazy still. I really feel like it hasn't lost a step. But we will find out on this little torque test here on the hill. Just throttle only hill climb. We're not gonna pedal at all. I haven't pedaled much at all, and when I am, I'm pedal assist 5. All right, here's where we start. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. You hear that? No more buzzing of the taillight. I fixed that. I put some rubber between the taillight and the rack. So I got rid of that. This looks so strong. Look at this. Killing it. And here's where we stop. Time. This thing is powerful still. Even after almost 30 miles. We're at 28 miles now. Craziness. All right, update. So we're at 36.1 miles. And the first 25 miles was like all out, full throttle. And then I did maybe 5 miles around town, stop and go. And I got my coffee. And then the last 5 miles has just been kind of easy cruising here on the Greenway. They opened up this section I'd never been on before. So we're just cruising and enjoying our coffee. And I'm down to, there's like 3 little bars left. 1 yellow and 2 red. I'm probably a good, I don't know, 5-6 miles from home, so I'm thinking I should probably head towards home. I don't like to pedal these home without power, so I think that's probably gonna, if I just head to home, it's probably gonna put us right at the end, and we're gonna cross over 40 miles for sure, but we'll see just how far. Pretty impressive with this bike. It's very comfy. I like this bike a lot. If you think this might be a bike you're interested in, or any other bike from Biktrix, they did give me a discount code. I'll put it in the description. I'll also put it on the screen here for you. That's going to save you $200 off of a purchase, and they said right now there's no like expiration date on it or anything, so use my discount code if you want to save $200. I don't get anything if you buy one, so don't worry about that. This is just for you, save you money. I'm not commissioned on sales or anything like that, so I'm just here to give you information and show you bikes that are fun and might suit your needs if you want range. All right, we're at 42.6 miles. Still very usable power in this bike though. It's still going, but we got to be getting close to the end. So let me show you an acceleration, how much power it's got. That's still pretty darn good. And it still runs up. It lost a little top speed. I mean, it'll go up to like 22 miles an hour now. That was a little downhill there, but we hit 23. But I noticed on the level ground, instead of going 25 now, it goes like 22. But it's still very usable. And that's what I do in these range tests. I take it till there's no usable power left. So we still got a few miles to go on this thing to burn it down. It's showing like 2 little tiny red battery indicator bars. It's gotta be getting close. All right, folks, this bike just keeps going and going and going. We're more than 50 miles. I've crossed over 50 miles. It's still going. And the crazy thing is, it still has like usable power. It's still got a lot of power. A lot of times they fade and they just become so slow at the end. This is going to be one of those bikes, I think, that just, you got full power and then boom, it cuts out. But here we go. That's throttle only acceleration right there. I feel like it's gonna cut out any moment. I mean, how long can it keep doing this? It still runs you up to 22 miles an hour, no problem. I mean, gosh, I did not expect it to go this far, but it's got to be near the end. I keep saying that, it's got to be close. Like, it's been on one battery indicator bar thing forever. It's just taking so long. All right, now this is like an uphill. Let's throttle only uphill. Maybe this will do it in. A little slight upgrade here. Still carrying me 20 miles an hour. 20 on a slight upgrade. I mean, this is after 50 miles of riding. It's still pulling me under its own power up a hill at 20 miles an hour. 20.1. Gosh. I mean, can you get this bike to go 50 miles? Yeah, I basically did 50 miles throttle only. Holy cow. Oh, there it went. Dude, finally. Finally. There it is. Oh, I'm glad I got that on camera. It just, boom, cut out. So full power up a hill, and then that was too much for it. It's at 46.9 volts. So there you go. Holy cow. All right, now we're under citizen power only. Holy cow, 50.6 miles. That's on the bike's display, 50.6 miles before it cut out. And just like I said, like basically full power until it reached the end. There's our screen. Well, 50.7 now. So 50.7 miles on the bike. Let's check our phone GPS app thing here and see how it compares. The phone says 50.6, but this doesn't count the 2.3 miles I went before I got to flat tire. So according to GPS, it went 52.8 or 9. So this says 50.7. Let's just call it 51. Let's just say 51 miles out of this thing. Pretty much running at full blast. That's absolutely insane. Wow. You want range? There you go. Get the Biktrix with the range extender. And here's the crazy thing. That's only a 14 amp hour battery pack that's stuck on here. You can get a 19. So imagine that. Imagine having a 19 amp hour battery pack on there. If you just rode this thing normally, I mean 70 miles easy, you're probably crossing into the 80, 90 mile mark without any trouble. This could be the 100 mile an hour or 100 mile bike range if you actually pedaled it and helped it. That's pretty crazy. Well, now you get to see the fun part and the least fun part for me, and that is trying to pedal one of these home with no power. Did I get any power back there? Nope, still nothing on the throttle. So that means I gotta pedal. Oh, and somebody wanted to know this before too. The how long it took me and the average speed and stuff like that. So it was 50.6 on here, 16 miles an hour average speed. I rode for 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's how long it took to do this. So there you go. There's the stats. And let's try to get home now. Ugh. I got to downshift a few here. So we go down to, how about 3? Take it to 2. There we go. Second gear. Okay, this is actually not bad on level ground. Trying to go up a hill, it's gonna be really tough, but I don't think you're ever gonna run into that scenario on this bike though. You have like endless amounts of range on this thing. That's pretty crazy. But I think most people on average, I mean, you're probably gonna, if you get this same exact battery setup, you're probably gonna be seeing ranges in the 70 mile, 80, maybe even 90 mile mark without too much trouble, would be my estimate. All right, well, there you go, everybody. There's one piece of data on a real life range that you can expect out of this bike with the range extender. And if you found this informative, helpful, maybe at least entertaining, do me a favor, consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.